All right, today we're diving into a real classic that honestly is still super relevant, the Mizuno JPX825 Pro Irons. We're gonna break down how this club really tried to tackle one of the biggest trade-offs in golf.
You know the question I'm talking about, right? Every serious golfer gets here eventually. Do you chase that pure, buttery, soft sensation you only get from a traditional forged iron? Or do you go for the modern, tech-heavy club that's screaming it'll give you an extra 10 yards? It always feels like you've got to pick one. You just can't have both. But what if you could have both? Well, that's exactly the problem the Mizuno JPX825 Pro was built to solve. It's kind of like the perfect tweener club. It was engineered to bridge that exact gap, blending that legendary Mizuno feel with the game improvement tech that, let's be honest, we all need to help our scorecards. Okay, so first up, let's get right to the heart of it, the soul of this iron. We're talking about that signature Mizuno feel. I mean, it's the #1 reason so many golfers are just fiercely loyal to the brand. And believe me, the JPX825 Pro is definitely no exception. So, what's the secret sauce here? Well, it all comes down to a process called grain flow forging. Mizuno uses this very specific material. It's called 1025E Pure Select Mild Carbon Steel. And what this process does is it lines up the metal's grain structure just perfectly. That's the magic right there. That's what gets rid of all those harsh vibrations and gives you that famously soft, solid feeling when you pure one. And this quote from the review just sums it up perfectly. The impact is pure, soft, and deeply satisfying. It's so true. When you really connect with the center of that face, it's not some loud, jarring crack. It's more of a satisfying, muted thud. It's the kind of feedback that just feels incredible. Honestly, it's that feeling that makes you want to stay at the range and just hit ball after ball. But feel isn't just about what happens at impact. It's also about how the club looks when you're standing over the ball. And the JPX825 Pro was absolutely designed to inspire confidence. It's not a scary razor-thin blade, but it's also nowhere near the clunky, oversized look of those super game improvement irons. It just hits that sweet spot, that perfect visual balance that so many players are looking for. So let's break that look down a little more. You've got this head shape that's really inviting, but it's still nice and compact. The top line, it's just a little thicker than a classic blade, which really helps frame the ball and gives you a bit of extra confidence. And Mizuno, they were smart. They kept the branding really subtle with these cool black and chrome accents. It gives the whole thing this refined, premium look that kind of hides all the powerful tech that's packed inside. All right, but let's talk about the other side of the coin here, distance. Because let's face it, great feel is amazing, but we all want that technology that's going to help us score better. So let's pop the hood and uncover the hidden engine that's powering this thing. So, Mizuno really packed 3 key pieces of tech in here to make that happen. First up, you've got a deep pocket cavity, especially in the longer irons. What that does is push the weight low and way back, which makes it so much easier to get the ball up in the air. Second, the face is designed to be hotter, which basically just means more ball speed and more zip. And third, there's a really special sole design that helps the club just slice through the turf cleanly. You put those 3 together, and you've got a seriously powerful combination. That triple cut sole is such a clever feature. It's brilliant, really. By grinding down the front and back edges, Mizuno basically made the sole play much narrower than it actually looks. And why is that a big deal? Well, it's huge because it helps the club glide right through the grass instead of digging in. That means you keep your club head speed up and get clean contact, even when you're not sitting on a perfect fairway lie. It's a real game saver. Now here's the really crucial part. This isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of set. No way. It's what we call a progressive set. So your long and mid irons, think your 4-iron through your 7-iron, they've got that deep pocket cavity. That's all about getting you maximum launch and distance. But then, when you get to your scoring clubs, your 8-iron down to your pitching wedge, the design transitions to a full cavity. The focus there completely shifts to precision and control, for hunting down those pins. Okay, so we've covered the amazing feel, and we've looked at the smart tech. Now it's time for the million-dollar question. Is this iron for you? I mean, even though it's an older model, could the JPX825 Pro actually be a great fit for your game right now, today? Let's get to the final verdict. The ideal player for these is actually pretty specific. We're talking about a mid-handicapper, maybe somewhere in that 6 to 18 handicap range. This is for the golfer who absolutely loves the idea of a forged feel, but if they're being honest, could really use a little help with distance and getting the ball in the air.
It's also a fantastic step up for someone who's ready to move on from those bulky, chunky irons, or frankly, for any smart golfer out there who just knows a great value when they see one.
So let's wrap it up with a quick final scorecard. Feel? Excellent. Of course, it's a Mizuno. Distance? Very, very good. It definitely keeps up. Forgiveness? I'd say it's solid, especially for a club this size. But then you get to that last one. Value? The value you can find these for today is just exceptional. Absolutely off the charts. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here, isn't it? You're getting premium, forged performance. You're getting smart, effective design, and it's all from one of the most beloved, respected brands in the entire sport. And the best part? You can get all of that for just a fraction of what you'd shell out for a brand new, comparable set today. So it leaves us with one last question to chew on. In a golf world that's always obsessed with the latest and greatest, the newest shiny thing, is it worth asking yourself, could the absolute best club for your game not be in a showroom right now, but instead be a classic that's already proven it can stand the test of time? Something to think about.